Just 2 months ago, I graduated from the #1 public university in the world.
In the Big Ten, the powerhouse alliance is UCLA.
Oh, really?
The University of California, Los Angeles. This is literally the place the internet was made. They even shot the movie Oppenheimer right here on campus. And today I'm going to tell you about my wild time at this university and my 10 biggest learnings I've had over these last 4 years. But disclaimer, by the end of this video, I'm going to share something that would completely change how you think about college in 2025 and beyond. Something that might save you $100,000 and 4 years of your life. But before I start, here's why you should listen to me. I did everything college had to offer. I worked with top companies like NASA and KPMG, co-founded an AI consultancy that worked with companies like Google and Amazon, literally flew to Singapore for research, got invited to free Laker games by top venture capitalists, joined a fraternity where I partied like crazy. I didn't just stop there. I started a podcast where I met the brightest students at top Ivy League schools, traveled to Africa to build water systems for a community, literally co-founded and taught a class, got invited to the most prestigious conferences in the world. But this video isn't just about my achievements. It's about the lessons I took from all of this. But here's the real reason you should listen. I failed a lot because my goal wasn't success. It was exposure to as much discomfort and experience as possible. So where did all of this start? When I joined UCLA 4 years ago, I was a 17-year-old kid from small school in India. Literally the second ever to get accepted into UCLA. I was full of hope, anxiety, and dreams. Here, I turned into something my younger self would barely recognize. I learned how to live alone, build something from scratch, navigate love and heartbreak, and trust the timing of life. So without further ado, here's my top 10 fundamental learnings I took from college. Everybody is doing great. There's a thin line between feeling inspired by other people and getting imposter syndrome by all the amazing things they're doing. You will always be losing if you think it's a race. And trust me, from the moment you get in, college will make sure you feel like it is. Getting rejected by top clubs, others having more friends than you do, and meeting geniuses who ace all of their classes. First thing to sort in your mind is this: as long as you're building yourself and observing other people to learn from them and not to envy them, you're a step ahead than you were yesterday, even when it sometimes feels like it's a dead end. Number 2 is you don't know what you want, and that is actually perfect. The truth is, unless you experience everything life had to offer by the age of 16, you actually don't know what you're going to end up liking and not liking. That is why 80% of students change their major. So it's really important to guide the what you like with a trial and error approach. Try it and then see for yourself the reality. I entered college thinking that I was going to be an environmental engineer, and by the start of my second year, I completely changed my majors. That's what college is about anyway, right? You have 50 things that you can readily do, and so make the most of all of those different things that college has to offer. 3 is the fact that mental and physical health are deeply connected. Bro, don't die at 25 because all you were doing was sitting in front of a screen, working your ass off, pulling all-nighters on 5 cans of Red Bulls. Because if you wanted, your mom wouldn't be there to stop you. Truth is, there are a lot of things that affect your ability to be productive, even when it might not seem like it. Literally, for the longest time, I used to try to push myself as much as I could. Physical workouts used to take a backseat, and I used to get burned out by week 4. You really don't want that to happen for yourself. Physical health is one. Surrounding yourself with the right people is another. Eating good food is another big one. This one's a big one. Learning how to learn. If there's one thing that college teaches you really well, it's how to actually learn. But this only happens if you allow for different experiences to happen. Until school, we were always told that studying hard and memorizing everything is going to get you there. In college, you learn that learning is multifaceted. Different situations require different problem-solving skills. Okay, you probably won't get a job if you listen to what others think is best for you. In an age of AI, getting a job is going to be harder than ever. Literally, the only way you're going to get a job is if you do something that you like. Because otherwise, you won't be good enough to compete with others who are doing the thing that they think they like. Make sense? I think right when I switched my majors from environmental engineering to cognitive science, the study of the human mind and artificial intelligence, I used to try to pretend to be someone else. I used to pretend that I loved research or coding, but I only got out-competed by people who actually love doing that. And I'm not asking you to not try something that you're not good at. I think I personally really benefited from taking parts in hackathons, different technical projects, but it's just about knowing that there are certain skills that you're naturally going to be good at and certain ones that you don't actually have fun doing. Before I continue, I want to tell you the real reason behind making this video. It's truly because I feel like I'm being lied to. The world we're living in now doesn't make sense to me. I'm confused, angry. Most of all, I think I'm scared. The job market is at an all-time low. College is more expensive and bureaucratic than ever. Literally everyone is cheating in college with ChatGPT. And I fear that AI might take all human agency over the next few years. I'm not asking you to feel bad about this or protest. I'm just asking you to think about what education, work, and life will look like tomorrow. And I'm hoping my college journey informs you about reality. That is why I want to dedicate my content creation journey to explain why AI that benefits humanity instead of causing mass unemployment, making us all dumber, and causing disempowerment by concentrating the most powerful technology we've ever seen in the hands of a few large corporations like Google or OpenAI. I want to do this in an authentic, honest, and community-driven way possible. And if you resonate with the outcome of building a better education system, a better job market, and an overall equitable and transparent world, I'd really like if you can subscribe below. That's what would tell me that you think that this mission is an important one. Okay, on to the next learning. Number 6 is a really big one. Having fun is not a crime. Don't feel bad for having fun. Don't feel bad for starting over. Don't feel bad for sucking at something. I think a lot of times when I saw other people grinding all the time, I felt really bad for just taking a break and having fun sometimes, just playing a sport. But the truth is, you don't always have to be productive or be doing something. Taking breaks isn't a weakness, it's a strategy. Number 7 is do the impossible. For me, this was starting an AI consultancy at UCLA. As somebody who had never coded a lot before or knew a lot about AI, but it was just something that excited me, the fact that AI could boost everybody's productivity by so much. And so I got into it just to learn a little bit more, built a vision from ground up, and eventually built a team of 50 plus engineers, having clients from Google to Amazon to multiple startups. What's your impossible thing? Just think about it and go for it. Truth is, college is probably the least risky time you can do something like that, which is why I pushed myself to always be doing something new. The AI agency, starting a podcast, going for a research to Singapore, and there's no reason why you shouldn't do the same. 8. Nike. Just do it. I think there's a trap that I fell into repeatedly, which is over-planning. Always planning my vision to perfection, making sure that my calendar is fully stacked before I actually get to do something, taking notes and stuff all the time before actually doing something concrete. Here's an analogy of a pilot in a plane. A pilot is the person who steers the plane, but the plane is the actual thing that flies through the air. I do think that being the pilot is important. You obviously need to know how to steer the plane before you get on it. But being a plane is really important too. Just letting go of the planning for those moments and just flying. Don't get in the trap of over planning. Number 9, the 8th wonder of the world, compounding. That would have been nicer if it was number 8. What I mean by compounding is being consistent and disciplined. It's the hardest thing, but also the most rewarding. Truth is, you won't see the rewards of something just by doing it for 5 days. But do it for 5 months, and you're automatically gonna shine because most people gave up on day 10. And the last one, and I think the most important one, is to know that it's not supposed to be easy. If college taught me anything, was the fact that there's an entire world out there, and it forced me to get out of my bubble and realize that doing something truly meaningful takes a lot of effort. If it was easy, everybody would have been doing it. But here's what, it becomes easier when you observe carefully. Here's what I mean. You have a place in the world, your moods, preferences, likenesses, dislikenesses, reactions will tell you exactly what that is, but only if you listen. You come from a first principles point of view, meaning that you don't judge it based on others' perceptions, but truly try to understand if you like that thing or not, if you're natural at it or not, if you think that would make a big societal impact or not. Listen to your mind and body, learn over time, and just trust the process. Thank you so much for making it this far. I think everybody has a big learning to share. Drop a comment with your biggest learning, and I want to make this a shared community. By the way, I'm calling this channel Only Human. The mission is to explore why preparing society for AI might be the biggest challenge of our time, and why it affects everybody, from students to workers to parents. New videos every week. I'll probably see you next week. Ciao.